allow you to run all of them. It allows you to run a lot of the productivity ones, which is okay. However, it can lead to system instability. Therefore, I don't mess with it. Anyway, as you can see, I'm going through all these, reading what they do. You'll get a lot of software that was built for Microsoft developers, which, ta-da, that's how I made my money back around the turn of the century. And now we're getting to the bottom of the list. Now, some people, when they do a dual machine, you see the NTFS drivers down there, they'll install those because it allows you to access Windows XP from Windows 98 on an NTFS partition. However, I choose not to install them because when I do install them, it leads to system instability. Most likely having something to do with my SIS controller because, as you know, most Windows drivers are actually built for Intel hardware. My motherboard contains an SIS chipset, but you definitely need the time zone update. You may run across problems with the TrueType fonts. I do as well. I install most of the bottom items. I bypassed the Millennium Edition and 2000 themes again because they cause problems, and I leave the Microsoft Java Virtual Machine intact. So here we go through the install, and this takes quite a while in and of itself. In all of these, you want to click yes. You want to keep your more up-to-date file. The reason for that is the later files are more stable, they're more up-to-date, they're more secure. As you saw, that took a good little span of time. When you come back in, this is the first time I'd been greeted by this, and it won't let you bypass it, so all you do is generally just put in the area code you're in now. Pardon me. Put in the area code you're in now, and it'll do its thing. The reason for the screen stutter and flicker is because I'm using a screen recorder that goes over USB via S-Video. That's also the reason for the lack of audio. Next, we're going to do the two autopatcher files. Now, the first one you install, but you don't run. The second one you install and you run it once it's done installing. Right here, I'm probably looking off screen, looking at what I got to do. And I most likely am debating about installing the rest of the service pack, but again, I most likely bypass it. I don't really recall because this video was recorded 2 weeks ago. Life and work, my other job, got in the way of me actually putting the update out. However, I don't care as much for the stalling as you do because I gotta fill in this blank time with something. So, anyway, I'm gonna ramble. When you open up the Autopatcher 2007, oh, what am I doing over here? I'm loading my computer, going to my C drive. Oh yeah, I'm trying to see what I can. Oh yeah, okay. So I'm trying to see if the temp directory actually holds those files. What the purpose of that is, I have no idea. Probably to bypass the full unpack of the patcher. and I would probably be recording it, re-recording everything. Anyway, you don't want it to create a start folder group. You do want it to create a desktop icon. And when you get to the end of you do not launch it. But when you do the second one, when you get to the end of it, you do launch it. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to read the keys that you've got to press, because once you get through this, you've actually got to you've got to put in keys in a certain order. And what you're doing is you're configuring the script install. The key order is as follows: the letter M as in mom, N as in Newton, U as in university, the number 5, the number 1, the number 3, the number 7, the letter B, the letter as in boy, the letter P as in Plato, the letter S as in Saturn, the letter I as in indigo, and again I as in indigo. In between each of those letter presses, you want to wait for it to acknowledge. The command window will acknowledge by flickering, or it will acknowledge by loading into a different screen. Right now, you see we're going through the install, and this one took 20 minutes, and this is sped up quite a bit. While this is going on, you can let it run pretty much in the background because it's an auto patcher. So just let it go and it'll do its thing. There's a point where it comes to it won't shut something down, something stopping it from shutting down. Just end the task and it'll continue on its way. What I've run into since I have installed this is the issue of when I shut down my machine that wants to hang, you let it wait for a minute or two, and then you just manually shut it off. This is the result log. It'll tell you what got installed, what didn't get installed because it was already installed. I save mine as I save my log to my desktop so that I can access it at a later point. That way, if any of these packages get updated, I know what I'm going to be doing. And then, as a final step for it, I right click and I double click it and I associate it with WordPad, since WordPad has the option to open files that are this large. So here we are. We're going to delete our driver files off of the desktop, and we're going to empty our recycle bin. And I have no idea where we're at right now, what is going to be going on. Oh, your USB drive, if you have one, it'll be the last drive you have marked removable disk. Sometimes Windows 98 will detect like your card reader, all of those, and it'll list it, and it'll just say USB disk, as you see here. Rather than trying to unplug and eject from there, just right click on your final drive and hit eject, and you can pull it out. You always want to do that with Windows 98. For whatever reason, it will corrupt your drive or the information on it. So coming back in, we are going to be looking at our next steps, which we go to our network setup wizard, which is in our start menu. And then after that, we will be doing the internet connection wizard. And the network setup wizard should technically allow us to access our files on our computer via the network or access other computers. I have no idea which one it does. I just do it because the tutorial says. Um, I might actually give a short update after the series onto what purpose it actually serves. But yeah, we go into our accessories in our system tools and we make sure we have an actual hardwire connection to our network. And when we do it, we hit yes and we will go okay and restart your computer. And bada bing, bada boom, go through our BIOS. Oh, this was the one where it actually had it hang. So anyway, it goes through and it sets it up. And then we do our internet connection wizard. And that is one of the easiest ones we can do. We go into our computer, our accessories, go to the start menu, you go to programs, go to accessories, go to communications, internet connection wizard, I pass it, go back up, you dork. What are you doing? Nope. There, yeah, you got it. What an idiot. It's hot garbage, this guy. Anyway, so next I connect to a local network. Pardon me. And no, I don't want to set up an email account. And yes, I want to connect. No, I don't want to connect to the internet immediately. And that's because I will be installing Opera and Chameleon. However, this is the end of our setup. Thank you for joining me, and have all those digital dreams that you can find.